be giving a speech today talking about the typical daily life of a college athlete. Many people think that athletes are given everything on a silver platter. What many people don't see, though, are the countless hours put in during practice to prepare for games and the massive amount of hours spent studying by athletes trying to catch up on classes. In this speech, I will give you some insight on what the daily life of the student athlete is like and the stress that comes along with it. I'm credible to give this speech because I'm a college athlete. I'm a student athlete at University of Wisconsin-Platteville. I played football. I completed the freshman season. I was part of the team. I went through the fall camp, went through the season, traveled for every game. So I got the whole experience and how to, I really had to learn how to balance my time and make enough time to still focus on practice when I needed to, but also then transition back to my schoolwork and complete my assignments. First, I will talk about the massive amounts of practice college athletes go through in preparation for a season. The preseason camp is very physical, is very physically demanding and mentally exhausting. This is the camp schedule that I had last year for our fall camp. Every day we would get up at 7:30 in the morning for breakfast, and then after breakfast it was meetings for 3 or 4 hours. After meetings we'd have lunch. After lunch we maybe had a half hour to an hour off. It was right down to practice at the field. After practice we'd eat dinner and then go back to meetings at night, and we'd have lights out every day at 10:30. So it was a very regimented schedule every day. Football camps usually last anywhere from 20 to 25 days. That's 20 to 25 days, every single day. No days off. Sundays, Saturdays aren't off. So it's continuous and it's a grind, to say the least. That was my schedule for Division III football camp. In Division I, players are on campus in the summer as well for optional workouts. In an article published in the Huffington Post in 2013, written by Jabari Howard is a member of the football team at Division I UC Davis in California. Jabari stated that while coaches said summer workouts are optional, coaches will not play players that do not attend these optional workouts. After fall camp, student athletes have to readjust their classes as well as devoting enough time to their sport to be successful in both. During the school year, athletes get up before regular students for film sessions in the mornings of practices from the day before. Coaches then expect players to attend every class. After class, players go to afternoon practice, and directly after practice, they go and eat dinner at the dining halls. In an article published in a Business Insider magazine in 2015, written by Peter Jacobs, Jacobs stated that college athletes spend over 40 hours a week practicing. After practice, an athlete usually gets dinner and then is right back to studying or doing homework to catch up on classes. In a survey conducted by the National Survey of Student Engagement Findings, the average college student studied about 17 hours a week. This puts a student athlete's total number of hours of either practice or studying at almost 60 hours a week. College athletes endure more stress compared to regular students for several reasons. Student athletes perform in front of packed stands with thousands of people in the stadiums. If an athlete does well, the fans will love them, but if they perform poorly, the fans can turn hostile and possibly harass the athlete. Student athletes are expected to highly perform in the classroom as well. Student athletes have to get good grades, or they could become academically ineligible for the season. In an article published for Bleacher Report by Adam Kramer in 2013, Adam wrote about how Notre Dame's quarterback for the 2013 season, Everett Golson, was suspended by the university for poor academic standing with his classes. Situations like these could also lead coaches to pull scholarships because they do not want to essentially pay an athlete to play when they're ineligible and not able. In conclusion, there are many things people do not consider when making accusations on how easy a student athlete's life is. By choosing to play a college sport, a student is taking on a lot more stress and sacrificing almost all free time. I hope my speech gave you all some insight on some of the things college athletes must deal with on a daily basis. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed my speech.